Today we're going to work on the Jackal. There's three areas we're going to work on. The speed getting into space. We're going to also work on being strong in that space and also making sure we can lift that ball in that space. Okay, so we're going to focus on those areas to make sure that we're effective right in that space. Adam's going to demonstrate what the full activity is going to look like, what our finish activity is going to look like, and then we're going to rip it right back and go through some muscle activation, some primer drills, some body awareness drills, and then go progress into our final activity. Okay, so that's going to be our final activity. Adam's going to simulate a tackle, and then he's going to get up quickly into that space, make sure he's operating low, and making sure he's effective in that space because he's strong and he's able to lift that ball up. So Adam's going to take you through some muscle activation to start off with, and then he's going to work on some primer drills, some body awareness drills, and then we'll start progressing into our final activity.
So, a simple one to get you started. Legs just feel feet just further than shoulder width apart. I want you to kind of simulate that jackal position and swinging your arms side to side. Each time you go side to side, you're going to put a bit of pressure on each leg to warm those hamstrings up.
Right, for a progression for that, Adam can just get a little bit lower each time to really stretch those hamstrings. Okay, so you can start off sort of quite high, and then work yourself down, just warming up, activating those muscles, switching them on.
We're also going to have a look at our upper body, so chest and shoulders. Now, a quick couple of exercises you can do is based around press-ups and some press-up variations. So watch me carefully. Simple one, normal press-up. To make it a bit harder and make it kind of more realistic for you guys bouncing off the ground and getting into that strong position, you can have a look at these variations. So first one, hands off the deck, push yourself up.
Okay, just more body awareness for this one, right, making sure that he's got a strong foundation. So what we'll do now, you go into some shoulder taps to really challenge your core. This is going to help with strength as core, and we'll go do some reactive ones too. So we should be pretty warm now. We've switched on all the muscles. There's primer drills in there, muscle activation drills, and some body awareness drills. We're just going to touch on maybe a couple of body awareness drills activities first, and then we'll progress it into our final one. So we'll get into, if you just go down and back up like you did before, and we'll get into Sam's. Sure. So our focus is speed off the ground into that space, making sure he's strong in that space and he's able to lift the ball. Right, he can support his body weight. So speed into space, he's strong, right, and he can lift the ball, support his own body weight. Alright, right, let's progress that into Sam's. Yeah, you change direction clockwise and clockwise. So our focus, our key points is the speed off the ground into that space, making sure we're strong in that space and that we're able to lift the ball. Okay, this is our final activity. So Adam's going to start on his knees first, simulate a tackle. and then his focus is on speed up off the ground into the space, making sure he's strong, and then he can lift the ball. He's going to go alternate each side, knees first, and then he's going to stand. Go the other side. Chest over the ball. So speed off the ground, it's nice and strong, he can lift the ball. Okay, our 3 points. Right, just going to progress it now to standing. So do one each side standing. Okay, nice and strong. Other side. One more. Okay, just to recap around the Jackal, the 3 areas we're focusing on so we're effective. Okay, is getting up off the ground really quickly and making sure we're operating at a low height, all right, in that space. When we're in that space, making sure we've got a good foundation and we're strong, okay, and then we're able to lift the ball right off the ground.
Instead of going down and placing our hands on the ball, we need to make sure we get in a position to get our hands underneath the ball. Now the main reason is, if we're in this position, hands on top of the ball, if we get cleared out here, we're going to leave the ball where it was. If we're down like this, underneath the ball, if we get cleared out, we're going to bring that ball with us. And also, with referees, your hands are on top of the ball like this. Referees don't tend to give this as a penalty, the holding on. You need to make sure underneath the ball and bringing the ball up.
So just to recap on our process, first we looked at muscle activation, switching on the muscles. Then we looked at some primer drills and also some body awareness drills. So we're able to be aware on the shape that we want to be effective, okay, and then we're progressing it right into our final activity.